Joining me today is Little Rock Sustainability Officer Lennie Massanelli, and we're going to be talking about how you can make your event more green. I mean, it's summertime, and even going into the fall, there's so many events happening across the state, and there are so many easy things that you can do to reduce your event's environmental impact. So tell us about the green guide that your office has.
Sure. So our office, the Sustainability Office, came up with this green guide for recommendations to add some sustainability effort to your event, your festival, any size, small, medium, large. So we actually got the idea from a city in our network that had produced this recommendation guide, and thought, my goodness, we have these Clearstream recycling containers that we loan out to folks for their events. We're already offering guidance. We should put that all in an organized way into a guide, and far and wide, share with folks, put it online, which we did. We actually piloted some festivals and some conferences last year, and got a real idea of how easy or difficult it is to implement some of the guidance. I would say that the first thing, whether you are putting on a big birthday party in a pavilion, such as where we are, or you're planning a conference or a festival, you want to start with the easiest thing and probably the most obvious, which is recycling. If you're at a pavilion such as this for a party, a reunion, you can borrow some of our containers from the office, and then bag it up and take it home if you've got a recycling cart, and just shake out all those items, make it super simple. But that is an effort that creates a greener event. It's less wasteful, and then you're not having to deal with all of the trash and the waste, and you can actually save some money with some of these ideas too.
Absolutely. And I think as we progress as Arkansas, so many events, so many Arkansans, and even guests to our state are seeking ways to reduce their environmental impact and really kind of give back to the state. And so I think this green guide is a special tool that Keep Arkansas Beautiful definitely will help to promote alongside your office. But let's talk about some of the things that beyond recycling that you can offer. I see some of these different containers. Can you talk about these?
Yeah, so I brought these as examples. So what you really want to steer away from when you are, just in general, is styrofoam. Whether you're purchasing for your office or you're planning a party or anything, you just really don't want to use styrofoam if you can help it, because there is a possible human carcinogen in the styrofoam that can be leached out into the food or the drink. So it's not healthy. This is a Department of Health and Human Services statement.
That's also why they say on the styrofoam, do not microwave.
Yes. So if you can steer away from styrofoam altogether, that is going to be the best option for the health of your of the people that are involved, as well as the environment. So alternatives, right? This one, we actually in the Sustainability Office utilized these. This is a palm leaf plate and wooden utensils for a conference. It was a sustainability conference, so we had to be uber mindful of what we were using, but this is a really great thing. You can order it online. We took this, after everyone had finished with their plates, to the Dunbar Garden in the middle of Little Rock, where they've got a free composting program. And I asked Chris beforehand, I said, would you take these and compost them as well as, some of the food scraps, not meat or dairy? And he's like, sure. So they ground them up, and so we didn't even have to recycle or throw away any of the plates that were used for the dinner for the conference. And so that's a great option. You can actually put this back into the earth. I would say another thing that we really encourage is, as you're planning an event, whether it's a birthday party or a festival or even a conference, you want to encourage the attendees to bring their own water bottle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own water bottle by
It's a thing now.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's got one or more. And so, it's kind of second nature. I pick up my purse and I pick up my water bottle, right? And have those refillable stations for folks, especially in the summertime.
For those water refilling stations, you may also reach out to your local water utility. We have Central Arkansas Water that offers the rehydration stations, and so that is a good example. And just know before you go and make sure to promote that.
Exactly. Yeah. And like for our guide, and here's just a little mini version of it, but for our guide, after you open it up and you see that, there are all these recommendations for greening up your event, then at the back, it gives you those resources, places, people to call. And, wherever you are in Arkansas, you'll have, maybe your own companies, your own utilities that you can, like you were saying with Central Arkansas Water, that you can access and see, what's available. There was even a suggestion here that some local breweries might have empty kegs that they can refill with water, and you pay a very minimum, I think, just a cleaning fee. But that would allow you, if you don't have access to a water utility, there are lots of creative options for making your events greener and cleaner and edging you toward a zero waste kind of event. And how can you make that a little more environmentally friendly? And share that information with your neighbors, friends, family, and because that has an impact too, right? Then they can think on that differently and hopefully go forward and put some of those new ideas into practice themselves.
Absolutely, because a lot of those behaviors are learned and start in the home.
Yes. So, for instance, those red Solo cups you see everywhere, they're synonymous with parties, right? And get-togethers. Well, this looks like one, only it's made of aluminum. So you can find these in your stores about town, Walmart, Kroger, all the stores, also online. And these are so great because they actually keep your drink colder, longer. I mean, it's amazing. They're really sturdy, so they hold up.
Dishwasher safe.
And you can put it in the freezer, so you get like a frosty mug right away, and reuse. And when you're done, you can put it in the recycling cart. You can't do that with Solo cups. So those plastic cups, those don't go in your recycling cart. And so, great alternative is using aluminum. So if you're offering soda, from a can, great, recycle it. Use cups and things that can be recycled. Encourage reusable bottles for folks to bring those as well.
This is so cool.
Isn't that great?
I love this. Well, is there anything else that you would recommend, and where can they find the Green Guide?
Sure. Yeah. So littlerock.gov is our website for the city, and you can look over. You just type in sustainability office. We're under Public Works, so you can either go to city departments and find us under Public Works, or you can go under residents, and you'll see our sustainability office in that drop-down menu. And the Green Guide is one of our green programs, and we've got the whole thing there, but this version gives you ideas for how you can go about seeking those resources in your community.
In your community. Because certainly this is not, exclusive to Little Rock. It can be, customized to what your community resources are, what your county resources are. So we will be posting this to social media for everybody to access and help promote. So keep watch out on this. But thank you so much. We hope to have more green events and more green initiatives coming up. So.
Yeah, and folks are welcome to call the office, the sustainability office, if they have any questions or ideas. We're open to the public, so happy to get even feedback. If after you look at this, offer some feedback and add to it if you come up with some initiatives that we forgot.
Well, wonderful. Thank you for joining us today, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of the You Oughta Know Show. Stay tuned for more DIYs, how-tos, and business spotlights.